Hi there guys, this is Nikhil from Greedytech and this is the complete review of Lenovo VIBE X3. So guys, this device comes with a fingerprint scanner, NFC, infrared blaster, 3GB of RAM and 32GB of internal storage with an option of dual SIM support or a single SIM and a microSD support. So guys, let's check out the build quality of this device. On the front we have the 5.5-inch Full HD display with Corning Gorilla Glass covering all the way from the camera to the capacitive buttons. And the back is made up of a polycarbonate plastic in white color with a nice matte finish. It's not glossy and I definitely can't see any fingerprints or smudges on it. By the way, this device comes in two colors, white and black, and currently only the white version is released in India. And coming to the edges, we have this aluminium unibody with chamfered edges, and these are the buttons. So this is the power button and these are the volume buttons. All the three buttons are placed in a nice position which are easily accessible using your thumb and using your index finger when you hold it in your left hand. So you just have your power button and the volume buttons on the right edge of the phone, and on the left edge we have the SIM card tray, and at the top we have the infrared blaster and the 3.5mm audio jack. And by the way, it does have hi-fi music. You have the option to enable it or disable it from settings or notification toggles. At the bottom we have this micro USB charging port and this radio bands, and that's pretty much it. And once again, on the front we have this 5.5-inch Full HD display with Corning Gorilla Glass on it and dual front facing speakers, and each speaker is 1.5 watt with Dolby Atmos technology. And these are your capacitive buttons. They are not backlit and they are not reversible. So guys, coming to the display, it's a 5.5-inch IPS LCD display with Full HD resolution, that is 1080 by 1920 pixels with a 401 ppi and a Corning Gorilla Glass on top of it. So the video is being played at its highest brightness. As you can see, the colors are really vivid and the blacks are pretty deep. This is definitely not a Super AMOLED screen, but it definitely comes close, and according to Lenovo, the display does produce 100% color gamut. As you can see, the brightness levels are pretty good. You also get the options and settings to change the color modes or the color balance. This is the default mode, this is the comfort mode, and this is the super bright mode, and this is the custom mode where you can choose your own levels. Outdoor visibility is also pretty good for this device. If you find the outdoor visibility to be a little poor, make sure you enable this smart brightness option in the display settings. So guys, coming to the performance of this device. So guys, this device is powered by a Snapdragon 808 hex-core processor, and it has two Cortex-A57 cores clocked at 1.8 GHz and 4 Cortex-A53 cores clocked at 1.4 GHz. And this device has 3GB of RAM and 32GB of internal storage. And out of the 3GB of RAM, after a few days of usage, you get about 1.3 or 1.1 GB of free space, and out of the box you get more than 2GB of free RAM. And coming to the internal storage, you get about 24 GB for your user apps. And coming to the benchmark scores, these are the benchmark scores on Geekbench 3. It got a single core score of 700 and a multi-core score of 3000. And this is the Antutu benchmark score, about 66,000. So guys, I've been using this device for like 3 days and I didn't find any lag while using this device, but the animations are definitely slower. So I just tweaked it a little bit. For that, just enable the developer options. Just go to developer options, scroll down, and you'll find this transition levels. So you have window animation scale, transition animation scale, and animator duration scale. I just changed it to 0.5. And now you can definitely see that all the animations are really fast. So if you don't like it, you can stick with the default ones, but I really don't like the current performance. I feel that it's really slow. Now you can definitely see that all the animations are really fast. So that's the only tweak that I've done. Apart from that, the entire performance is really smooth with 3GB of RAM you really get a lot of multitasking, so you can easily switch between applications without any lag whatsoever. As you can see, there isn't any lag whatsoever. So guys, coming to the battery, this device is powered by a non-removable lithium polymer 3500 mAh battery, and so under the hood we have the battery and it is non-removable. So far the battery life has been really good. The screen on time was around 4 to 5 hours of moderate to high usage, and the standby time was also pretty good. So you can definitely use this phone at full throttle throughout the day and won't even think about charging. On moderate usage, you can definitely get more than 1 day of battery life. So coming to the charging, this device has something called as Quick Charging 1.0 or the Qualcomm's Quick Charging 1.0 version, and this device gets charged from 10 to 90% in less than 90 minutes. So for such a quick charging, I really don't mind. Anyway, you have great battery life and quick charging, and besides that you have something called as Ultra Power Saver mode. So if you go to the battery settings, you have this Ultra Power Saver, and once you enable it, it looks something like this. So you don't have any wallpaper, you won't have access to the notification toggles or any other applications apart from these 6 apps. So once this mode is enabled, all the background applications will be stopped and thereby increases your phone's standby time. As you can see, I just have about 12% of charge or battery left, and with that 12% I can still get 2 hours or approximately 3 hours of usage in this ultimate power saver. Well, this is definitely not as good as the Samsung's Ultra Power Saver mode, but this is also something pretty good. But this is pretty good and way better than this normal battery saver that you have. So apart from this ultimate power saver, you do have the Google's version of battery saver, and we get this orange status bar just to indicate that the battery saver mode is enabled. The only thing that I don't like about this is we don't have any automation to quickly trigger ultimate power saver mode or the normal battery saver mode, let's say when the battery is less than 15%. So if the battery is less than 15%, I do get a notification asking to switch to battery saver mode, but I want it to be done automatically. So we don't have such kind of automations. So guys, coming to the gaming performance, as this is powered by a Snapdragon 808 chipset with Adreno 418 GPU, you can literally play any game on this device and you won't feel any lag. And the device does get heated up over this area, but it's pretty common in all Android devices. So guys, coming to the hardware part of the device, you get a fingerprint scanner and an NFC. It is located over here. You get infrared blast over here and pretty much all the basic sensors. So coming to the fingerprint scanner, it does unlock your phone in less than a second most of the time, and maybe sometimes, maybe 10% of the time, it'll take some more time, but usually it'll unlock the device in less than a second. And coming to the NFC, it works. I've tried it with my JBL Pulse, and Lenovo states that when the wireless payment service is available in India, we can use the NFC to make wireless payments. And coming to the infrared blaster, we have this app called as Feel Smart Remote. So this is the app that comes pre-installed, and you can use this app to configure or to control any device with an infrared sensor. So you can use this app to control your television or your air conditioner. And coming to the front, we have this awesome dual front-facing speakers with Dolby Atmos. I must definitely say the Dolby Atmos isn't just a marketing thing. It really works, and it works amazingly well. So the audio quality is really loud and clear, and so far this is the best experience I have ever had. So we have all these modes: movie, music, game, voice, and we have 2 custom modes which we can tweak if you are good at it. Apart from that, this device has tri-mic system for enhanced noise cancellation. So far I was able to find only 1 mic over here, and I guess the other 2 are somewhere near the back panel or near the front facing speakers. As I've said earlier, this device has 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of internal storage, and there is another version of the same phone with 64 GB of internal storage, but it is not currently launched in India. So this has 32 GB in which you get 24 GB for your user data, and apart from that you can insert a micro SD card, up to 128 GB in the hybrid SIM slot. And coming to the option of moving apps to the SD card, you just need to go to settings, select storage, and over here you have the option to write all the data directly to the SD card. You need to select this SD card option to install all the applications directly to the SD card. I have tried it with only Asphalt 8 so far, and the game was directly downloaded and installed to the SD card. If you have already installed any game, any huge game like say Asphalt 8 or the Modern Combat 4 or 5, and then change this option, you might have to download the user data or the game data once again. So the final verdict, you can move apps or install apps directly to your SD card. So guys, coming to the part of the dual SIM. For the second SIM, you have a hybrid slot, so you can either put a SIM in it or a memory card. You can't put both. So you have to choose between a single SIM and an expandable storage, or dual SIM without expandable storage. So guys, coming to the software part, this device is running on something called as VIBE UI, and let me just change the home launcher to the stock launcher. So you just go to settings, select home, and select the Lenovo launcher. So guys, this is how it looks. This is actually the other launcher. So let me just show you the default one. We get an Android launcher. This is something very similar to the Google launcher, and currently the apps are sorted according to the installation time. So that's really nice, and it's an option that is really missing in Nova launcher and even in the Google stock launcher. So we get the same nice animations from the Google launcher, and even the recent task page is also very similar to the stock Android, and we just get this button to clear all the recent tasks or recent applications. So the current version of VIBE UI is running on top of Android version 5.1, and out of the box it is made very close to stock Android. You do have the option to switch back to Lenovo's recent task panel and Lenovo's default home launcher, but this is what you get by default. And so far it's really smooth, and you have some additional options like you can take a backup of all your configurations and settings. Just go to preferences, and over here you have backup and recovery. So you can do a backup and restore your backup. So if you want to change back to the VIBE UI's launcher, this is what you need to do. And in the VIBE UI you don't have an app drawer, so all your apps are thrown onto your home screen. You can arrange these apps by creating folders. So that's how you do it. And apart from that, they have changed the notification toggle area, and over here we have some additional options like the option to take a screenshot. So if you use the hardware keys, you'll simply take a screenshot, but if you use the toggle, you get this nice mode where you can crop the screenshot and you can simply save that part, or else you can simply press this button and select full screen to take a complete screenshot. So apart from that, you have something nice called night mode. So it will simply put a tint on your display and thereby reduces your brightness to a great extent. And we have this toggle for wide touch. So this is a floating button. It gives you access to some shortcuts. And over here we can see our recent apps. This is something very similar to what you find in iPhone devices. And next we have options to enable or disable the Dolby Atmos feature, and a toggle for Turbo Hi-Fi. We also have a toggle for the power saver mode or the super power saver mode. Just enable that, and the ultimate power saving mode is enabled. So apart from that, we have some nice gestures. So let me lock the device. I can simply double tap to wake the device, or else simply double tap or just press the volume down or volume up button twice to quickly open the camera and take a picture. Let me just show you that. There you have it. And currently we are in the camera, and I can use the fingerprint scanner to take pictures. And we have something called as flip to sleep. So if I flip the device is locked or the device is put to sleep. So these are the only gestures, and I really wish they had a gesture to toggle the flash. Going on, they have something nice for the flash. So once you turn on the flash, you can see this red status bar. Now the flash is turned on, and only when the flash is turned on you can see this red status bar, and when you click on the status bar the flash is turned off. You don't need to again go to the notification area to turn it off. So that's something really useful that I found. And apart from that, you have some nice features like scheduled power on and power off, notification control, option to record calls automatically. Next we have something called as permission control, where we can grant or deny permissions to applications. Next we have secure zone management, just like profiles in Cyanogen based ROMs. Next we have fingerprint manager to unlock the phone using the fingerprint, and many other cool features. So guys, coming to the camera, this is how the interface looks, and by default it will take you to the picture mode. So if you want to record a video, you need to click this button, and once you click that you get this red button to start the video recording. And unlike other devices, it doesn't start the video recording immediately, which I personally like. And as you can see, we don't have any modes in the video mode. If you go back to the picture mode, we have this toggle or a button for the video mode. In the picture mode, we have this button for the different modes. So in picture we have Pro, which is nothing but manual mode. Next we have panorama, art nightscape, artistic HDR, blur background, and panorama selfie, which uses a front facing camera. And for some reason they have included the fast motion and slow motion options in the photo mode. So if we go to the settings, we can change the aspect ratio or the photo resolution, the snap mode, ISO, white balance, and several other aspects related to the camera. Next, if we go to the video mode, we can change the video quality all the way from standard resolution, that is 480p, to Ultra HD, that is 4K. And if we go to this third option, we can choose the default storage location. By default it is set to internal storage, and we can change it to SD card from here. And if you mess up all your controls, you can simply reset all the settings by single click of a button. So guys, coming to the camera performance, this is definitely really good. This is definitely not the best that we have on an Android device, but the camera is pretty good. You get great pictures in good lighting conditions and decent pictures in low light conditions. So there you have it guys, this is my complete review on Lenovo VIBE X3. If you have any doubts, do let me know by commenting below this video. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel to see more videos just like this.